Look at it this way. This is Dell infrastructure, servers, clients, storage, printers. And I just painted you our vision for Dell branded tools and how we're going to let the customer scale horizontally and vertically in functionality with that tool set. But you're right, there's this whole, the customer who has, all the different tools that I painted on the picture when I started, okay? We're going to try and help them consolidate as well. And the best path that I can think of, much as it may sound a little strange, is how do I delete their need to use any Dell tools at all in their environment, but without sacrificing any of the control that they want over the stuff they buy from us. So what we've been doing over the past couple of years is building tool kits. And they're part of OpenManage, but you never ever actually see a Dell tool in your environment. What we have is we took that thing called the deployment toolkit, our scripting language, and we wrote a bunch of cool documentation around it so that SMS, or actually the next version of SMS, the System Center Configuration Manager, will be able to put that deployment toolkit right inside of Configuration Manager, and you'll be able to do bare metal deployment of Dell servers from SCCM 07. Okay? We have this thing that we call a monitoring toolkit. And in the case of Microsoft in particular, it's a little different because MOM has its own vernacular for how you do this. But the general case is this teaches you about all the alarms and the alerts that are the most important things you could ever watch out for on a Dell server, and what to do if you get one of those. So how to change the status of the icon from green to yellow to red, and if there's any automated actions that you do in your tool, which ones those should be if you get one of these alerts. And now you can build that monitoring toolkit right into BMC Performance Manager, okay, or into Microsoft Operations Manager. And we have this thing that was actually the launching point for this whole strategy that we call the Partner Development Kit. And that's the update tools. That's what allows you to change the BIOS and the drivers and firmware on a Dell server. And you can integrate that thing into Configuration Manager and a number of others. Okay? So these things get integrated deeply into the partner's console. You never know you're using a Dell tool from the user's perspective, right? Somebody has to download it and install it, but from the end user's perspective, you're doing that interaction with the Dell hardware right from the console that you know and love, okay? And then we update the firmware in a RAID controller without making sure that firmware version is compatible with the BIOS version that's on the server. So we run them through all those dependency tests and use cases in each of these cases and make sure that it passes our standards, and then we bless them and certify them OpenManage certified. Typically these things are all provided free of charge. The user can download them and snap them into their tool. Today, let's see, we've got Altiris, BMC, Dorado, and each individual toolkit is its own certification. So let's see, who else have we got? We've got Landesk, Novell for ZenWorks, Linux management. Who am I missing? Microsoft, the biggie. Yeah. You can bare metal deploy from Altiris. You can monitor from Altiris, and you can update from Altiris, Dell servers. From BMC, you can monitor, and we are in update work with BMC right now. Their Marimba tool set, which they're going to call Configuration Manager 2 pretty soon, and the generic names are going to get all gobbled up. Dorado has update capability for our servers right now, and they've actually done some work on storage and some other Dell devices. Landesk is deploy and update. We're working on monitoring with them. Novell is deploy and update. And Microsoft is deploy is in process on Configuration Manager 07. We do the MOM packs for monitoring, and they've had update actually for a few years now. It was one of the first things that we launched when I joined Dell was the update certification for Microsoft. Client Manager today, which is actually built on top of the Altiris framework. and it does monitoring of Dell clients running our Dell agents. So we want to open that up and make it a broader toolkitted offering so other people can do the monitoring on clients. We're in the process of adding clients to this thing called the development kit, the partner development kit, so that you can update the BIOS and the drivers on Dell clients. That'll probably be a next year sort of offering as well. Probably see that hit in the Altiris and the Microsoft frameworks first and then be added to others. And for those guys that probably wouldn't go out of their way to integrate my hardware into their big consoles, you know, like maybe OpenView, Tivoli, we still build what we call connections, brute force, you know, monitoring capability into those. So we have a package that snaps into OpenView, Network Node Manager for monitoring our stuff, and one that snaps into the Tivoli Enterprise console as well. I can't really promise that anybody's ever going to get to one console. And frankly, in the enterprise, that's kind of an unlikely event anyway. I mean, companies spring up every day to do something new and cool that suggests the, you know, the deployment of another console in the environment. But I can, guarantee is a strong word, but I can enable pretty radical simplification by, at least in this case, letting the customer use what fits best in their environment, maybe what they've already made a significant investment in, and you don't have to put any Dell tools in your shop to make it happen. So fundamentally, the way to think about this is we're rewriting the IT assistant, our one-to-many management console, to ride on top of their infrastructure, and it'll add all of the Dell branded hardware management as a value add. It's free. It comes with the server, if you will. And if you've already got the Altiris infrastructure, you just plug it in on top. If you don't, it'll lay it down for you, and then you can buy upsells, fee-based products from Altiris, and we're going to go build some also, you know, to add incremental value that we think people are willing to pay for. In Microsoft world today, running on Dell hardware, I give them an agent for the hardware, and WMI is the agent for the OS and the applications running on top, right? One of the things I'm driving really hard is I want the hardware instrumentation in WMI. I don't want to release an agent anymore. And if there's some cool special stuff that I do in my hardware, well, I'll extend WMI a little bit, but I want most of the things that everybody would ever want to monitor in that SIM. So what I want to do is I want to instrument the hardware, including all the inventory of BIOS and drivers and firmware.